Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see some of y'all have already been popping on and that y'all are ready for today's craft along. Hello, Lana. Hello, Susan, Elizabeth, Janine. I think that's how you say your name. Hello, Karen. Welcome. As you hop on, say hello. Let me know who's going to craft along with me today. If you have not joined me before, I am Debra Harrison with Simply Sweet and Neat Designs, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. And I am just super excited to do something new with you today, and it is called a craft along. Earlier this month, some of you were able to had the opportunity to earn the free pre-cut project kit for today's craft along with a qualifying order. And so, or you may have bought the PDF tutorial to be able to craft along and prep your own supplies and cut them. So however you got the project pieces, I welcome you, and we're going to make 4 fun projects using the Attention Shoppers bundle. Now, this bundle is actually one of the bundles that is currently on sale in the Stampin' Up! Bundle sale. It's an extra 10% off. Now, you know when like you buy a stamp set and you buy the dies separately, they're like one price, right? And then your bundle is like 10% off. Well, during the bundle sale, you're going to save an additional 10% off that bundle pricing. So really phenomenal deal. I think the Attention Shoppers bundle is on sale for $35 right now. So amazing promotion they have going on. Hello, Paula. Hello, Dawn, Tina, Sarah Jeannie. Welcome. All right, let's see. So while everybody's getting their notifications for this event, let's play a fun little game. This is just going to be for pretend. But let's say, since we are working with the Attention Shoppers bundle, shopping themed, right? Share with me if you were given a 1-hour shopping spree to any store in your hometown, what would be the name of the store and what would you be shopping for? All right. Would you be looking for clothing, electronics? Maybe you need appliances, furniture. Would you buy crafting supplies? I will tell you, for me, it would be home goods, and that is because I need some home decor pieces for our new house that we're going to be moving into early next year. So that would be where I would want to have my 1-hour shopping spree. So I would just love for us to have a little fun game, just playing along, pretending what would be the one store in your town. Now, if you don't have one in your hometown, maybe you live in a small town and you travel somewhere to do your shopping, what would be the name of that store and what would you be looking for? All right. Okay. Kohl's for, okay. Maybe, okay. For your grandkids, maybe some early Christmas shopping. That would be fun. I love Kohl's. That's one of my favorite places. Garden Supply. Okay. Oh, Louis Vuitton. All right, girl. All right, Janie. All right. You know, I have never been into a Louis Vuitton, but I have gone by it at our local mall. Talbots. I do. I love Talbots. Actually, I started shopping at a place called J. Jill. I found that it had the right style for me, the right fit, comfortable, and I love too that everything's kind of like up a size. So I normally wear a medium. There I wear a small. So it's kind of cool. All right. Hello, Rosemary. Hello, Karen. All right. Hello, Susan and Sandy. All right. So go ahead and keep sharing with me and stuff. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do today. Now, this is the first time I have done a craft along before. I anticipate it will take about an hour. All right. So 2 o'clock Central Time for me. I hope to be finished by 3 o'clock my time. All right. So we are going to make 4 projects with the Craft Along bundle. Now, if you got the pre-cut project kit, a lot of your stuff was already prepped for you. Okay, so there were a few items that I did ask you to prep. There were 2 pieces of thick basic white cardstock in your packet that I asked you to go ahead and stamp and color and die cut those elements so that you could have everything ready. All right. If you don't have them ready, don't worry about it. You can always come back and watch the replay. This will live on YouTube. It will be on my Facebook page as well, but it's a little bit tougher to find on Facebook, but YouTube's a little bit easier to search for and search on my channel. I will share with you what the project kit looked like for those who earned it with their qualifying order. I'm trying to move there we go. All right, so you did get this project kit if you earn the packet free. Has all your pre-cut pieces in there. And then also too in your packet was this really cute little shopping cart. And I know, let's see, it was Paula had commented earlier. She was really impressed how cute and how much nicer it was in person than she thought it would be. And same with me. When I saw it in person, it is so cute. It's actually very sturdy and a little bit, it's got some weight to it, and it's got some cute little wheels. If you are interested, I do have my affiliate link. I've got these on Amazon. There is in the video description a link to these mini shopping carts if you want to purchase them. All right, because they're super cute little gifts that you can give to people. Put a little gift card and some little treats inside. All right, now if you did not earn the free project kit, that's okay. I did offer the PDF tutorial for purchase in my PDF store. If you go to my blog at Simply Sweet Ink Designs, there is a link for my PDF store, and that is available there. All right, so I have here for you, okay, if you would like, if you don't have the PDF, but you want to have the basic measurements, I have my quick reference here over on the side. So hopefully you can see that. If you would like to take a screenshot of this, you're welcome to do that. And then you'll have your measurements so you can cut your supplies. Now, I know myself, I can go a little bit fast. So if you find that I'm going too fast for you, you always will have this replay to the video to be able to come back and watch the replay. You can start and stop as much as you need to. I was just looking. Okay. Mary Bush says she would like to go to her vet and stock up on heartworm preventative. Oh yeah, I know that my husband's a vet. I feel you. I understand. So, and my husband would be very appreciative of that you are doing that for your pets and taking such wonderful care of them. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get in. Let me tell you the products that we're using today before we get into our actually making them. Let's see. Let me show you. Now, actually, let me show you the projects that we're going to make. We're going to make this really beautiful card, which is a simple little scallop. This is a gift card holder. It's got a little gift card pocket in the front. And then we've got this little fun fold card with just a really pretty piece of designer series paper so we can see the front and the back. And we'll get to that in a minute. And then we're going to make this gift box, or it's a treat holder. It does fit a gift card if you would like to put one in there. Now, the products that we're using, the main thing obviously is our Attention Shoppers bundle. And this is one of the bundles that is on sale right now, an extra 10% off. And there are tons of other bundles. Now, I will tell you, I am also I used some dies. They're one of my new favorite dies, and they are from the Spotlight on Nature bundle. Now, I'm just use the dies because there's just circles in the die set. Just beautiful, beautiful circles that I used as part of my backgrounds pieces for today's projects. There is also if you want to do the bundle, and honestly, with the bundle pricing, it may be just as good to go on ahead and buy it with the stamp set because it is one of the bundles, an extra 10% off. I also now this was not one that's on sale, but for my scalloped here, I did use the Bright Skies dies, and I used one of these scalloped pieces. If you have another scallop piece, you can totally use that as well. And then lastly, well, I take that back. We've got some inks. I did also use the deckled rectangle dies. All of these products are available in my online store for if you need any of them to purchase. Now, we also I used some blends. As you can tell, we stamped and we colored some items. So you will want to have a Memento ink pad. And then you'll want to have some blends. Two of them are some of the new in colors, but if you don't have those yet, that's okay. Use something similar. I'm sure you have a similar pink. This one's called Pretty in Pink. Then we have the Petunia Pop. Then I used Daffodil Delight. I think I just used the light dark. Doesn't really matter which one you use because it's just for the little candles on our cake. And then, oh my gosh, these almost look the same. I think these are both crumb cake. Nope, that's Smoky Slate. Did I not grab the crumb cake? That's Smoky Slate. Here's the other crumb cake. All right, so I used crumb cake. And then I also used Smoky Slate. All right, so those are our blends that we are going to be using. Now, I did, like I asked everybody who got their pre-cut kit, I did go ahead and I prepped my pieces, all these little elements, but there is a little bit of stamping that I'm going to do today on this card. All right, and so I'll need a color as well. Now, let's go ahead and let's grab our pre-cut project pieces, and we're going to start off with this card. Now, this card is called the Happy Birthday Cake card. The card base measures 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and then I scored it 5 1/2 inches. And then what I did is I used that really pretty scallop just to angle cut Just a really simple angle cut. It reminds me of cake icing, so I thought that was kind of fun. And so let's go ahead and in the project packet, we're going to grab out that particular those pieces to work with. Now you may find in your project packet you have some extra pieces of designer series paper. I just had some extras and I wanted to share them with you. Feel free to use them however you wish. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece out of the designer series paper. Now this is the from the Unbounded Beauty designer series paper, and we're just going to glue this right across the top. You know what, let me reorganize myself here. Let's put this here, that way I have that to look at, and then I'll put my pieces here. How about that? Okay, so let's go ahead and glue on our strip. Now this strip does measure 2 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And I'm just going to put it right here along the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circle. Now I have 2 circles here. One is in Petunia Pop and one is in Basic White. The Petunia Pop one measures 2 3/8 diameter and the white one measures 2 1/8. So I'm just going to glue these 2 together. And then I have already stamped, colored, and cut my birthday cake. So we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. I was trying to read Joan's. Okay, Joan said that she made cards similar to the scalloped one. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. Do you have pictures? I would love to see what you did. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. I don't want to do that yet, do I? What did I forget? I almost forgot. All right, so we're going to take a piece of the Very Vanilla gingham ribbon, and we're just going to tie a bow across our card, our designer series paper. I think these each measure approximately 20 inches, I want to say. And so let's go ahead and tie this off. Ooh, that did not work well. There we go. Okay. Let's trim a little bit of this off. All right, so I'm going to move this over pretty far to the left to allow room for my circle. And then now we can pop it up with dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is I want to straddle my ribbon. So I'm going to put dimensionals at the top and at the bottom, and I'm going to leave this center section kind of open so that we have room for our ribbon to go across. Yes, Jana, you're right. Tying bows on camera is very, very difficult. I can do it in person by myself, no problem. But you get on camera, I'm trying to rush too much, and I ended up like having some issues, some difficulties. All right, so we're going to just put that right there on the front. Now for this, we're going to take our piece of basic white cardstock. This measures 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to lay it here, all right? Because I just want to get an idea of where I need to stamp because I don't want to stamp too high. And I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday in in Memento Black. We're just using the Memento Black for all of our sentiments today. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp right there. And then I'm going to glue it inside. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to do one last thing. I just feel like this is a little blank here, and so I want to add a little bit to it. So I'm going to grab my basic gray and smoky slate pearls, and I'm just going to bling it up a little bit. Whew, I thought I didn't have very many, but I had more than I thought I did. Cool, they were just hiding inside. Okay, let's see. Let's take this one, and then this one. And we're just going to add just a little bit there to finish up our card. All right, so that is project number one. Super, super easy. The hardest part about it is just doing your scallop. Honestly, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like certain dimensions. You just want to make sure that you leave enough space to be able to stamp your sentiment. All right. Oh, looks like I added a little bling up there as well. I guess I will add one more dot. There we go. Let's add one up there. Finish it up. Okay. Let's go on to card number two. I will leave this here for just a moment. So if you're still working on it, you'll have that there. Okay, card number two is going to be our gift card holder. Now for this, it's we're going to make a pocket, and then inside we're just going to have something just really simple inside to be able to, you can either stamp or you can write a note to your recipient. All right, so for this one, we are going to take out, now this is the Treat Yourself gift card holder. So we are starting off with, I'm going to move that off to the side. There we go. We're going to start off with a piece of the Pretty in Pink. I don't think I told you, that's Petunia Pop for my card base. So the second card, we're using Pretty in Pink. And this one measures 4 1/4 by 11 inches and scored down the middle at 5 1/2. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper. Now, a lot of this paper has floral prints on one side, but if you turn them over, you've got more neutral prints to work with. So I'm going to glue on this piece of Designer Series paper just onto the front of my card base. And this is our next step right there, our Designer Series paper, which measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock, and this pocket measures 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I just did a little semicircle notch just with a punch, really simple. If you don't have a circle punch, but you have a circle die, you could cut out just a little notch there, just for a little finger hole for your gift card. Now for this, I'm going to use some tear and tape. And I know it was here somewhere. Here we go. All right. So when you're making a gift card pocket, you want to make sure that you only use the tear and tape or only adhere on the very, very far edges so that you have plenty of room in the center for your gift card to fit inside. We want to leave the top one with the top edge with the semicircle. We're going to leave that without any glue. And then I'm just going to take off, remove this paper backing. Okay, so double check. I'm going to double check myself, make sure that I'm oriented correctly. Here is the front of my card. Here's the flap. So I'm just going to glue this at the very, very bottom and make sure line up the edges. And then I'm going to press down to adhere. And there we go. We've got our little pocket right there. That way you can see, you could put your little gift card there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move this card, and we're going to move this in place. So if you didn't get to that one, you can come back, watch the replay, and then you can catch up on that birthday card. All right, so for this one, we're going to add our stamped elements. So for this one, I have a flower, I have a shopping bag, and I have a wine bottle. Okay, so we're going to pop up only the wine bottle with dimensionals, and that's going to be in the center. So the other two elements are going to be on the sides. And I'm going to do something a little bit different this time, not too different. But for the wine bottle, I think I'm going to add a little Wink of Stella to the liquid part so that it looks more shimmery. All right, so let's go on ahead. Let's pop up this with dimensionals. I may need a mini dimensional for the top part. Where did I hide those? Oh, there they are. Okay. Let's go on ahead. I'm going to add my bottle. And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. The Wink of Stella is back in stock, guys. I don't know if you saw that. It's been in and out so much, but it is back in stock. I just ordered a bunch. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, where the liquid, the pink liquid is, I'm just going to add a little shimmer. It may not show up in this video, but is really cute in person. Let's see. I don't think you're going to be able to see it in the camera. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use dimensionals to pop this up. And I'm going to kind of line it up just here in the center of my designer series paper. And did anybody catch what I forgot to do? Yep, I forgot to stamp my sentiment. So fingers crossed I can do this and it works out fine. All right, so I'm gonna take the treat yourself. I would recommend stamping it first before you adhere it on, but I think we're gonna be okay. All right, so let's go on ahead, stamp it right here. I'm just gonna put a little extra pressure just to be sure. And yay, we did it. All right, cool. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna add a little bit of bling here on the front. Where did my other little piece go? Ah, there it is. All right, so let's bling this up with our grape pearls. These are just like useful for so many different projects. You know, I'm gonna put them over here so I can find them next time. All right, so the last thing we have to do is just put in our inside piece. This is super, super simple. And we're just going to take, this is a piece of basic white cardstock that measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're just gonna add a strip of the designer series paper that coordinates. And this measures 3/4 by 4 inches. Put this down here. And then we're just going to glue it to the inside of our card. Now, if you want to add the gingham ribbon anywhere on this card, you can certainly do that. I just didn't use the gingham on all of them. All right, there we go. So that is card number 2. The directions are right here. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for a moment. I'm going to check your comments, give you a chance to catch up because I know I can go pretty fast. And also too, I've got like little flecks of glitter. I had been working with that Night of Navy ribbon for the July Club. And oh my gosh, it's everywhere. All right, so, oh, hey guys. Hey, Cheryl. See you hopped on. What did I see? Donna's on here. Hey, Donna. Yes, Susan, the Wink of Stella just adds that just little extra something. And it's unfortunate that you can't really see it in the camera and stuff. It just doesn't show up. But in person, it's really, really cute and sparkly. All right, let's see. Let me go ahead and clean up a little bit, get stuff out that I don't need while y'all are catching up. How's everybody doing? We doing all right? Let me know if you're ready to go on to project 3. Like I said, you can always come back and watch the replay if you need to. Okay. All right. So for project 3, I'm just going to kind of talk about it a little bit while you are working on project 1 and 2. You know what? I'm going to leave project 1 out here for you as well while I talk. Okay. Okay. So this was project 1. This is project 2. You know what? Let me do it this way. This way. How about that? Can you see those? Okay. There you go. All right. So what we're going to do for project 3, it's just kind of a really, really simple fun fold card. And it's really great when you want to show both sides of the designer series paper. Because we end up, when we glue something onto a card base, we end up missing out on the other side, which is also just as pretty. So, oh, you know what? You're right, Lori, my nails. Oh, okay. Yes, I know. I just realized they kind of almost match, don't they? I didn't even plan that. But anyway, thank you, Lori. I appreciate it. Okay, so for the designer series paper, what we're going to do is we're going to glue it right here at the top. So what we did is we basically took almost a very simple card base and we just trimmed it down so that we just have a small flap here at the top. And then we are going to adhere it right here. Okay. Now for the inside, here's where I use the deckled rectangles, deckled rectangles dies. And one of them we're going to use on the front, and then the other we're going to use inside. Okay, now this is the one that I'm going to stamp on. So while y'all are working on that, I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping, and then we will add all of our pre-cut elements here in a moment. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use the shopping bag. I'm going to stamp in Memento black ink. And I'm just going to stamp it at an angle right here in the corner. All right, give that a second to dry. Then I am going to do a little bit of coloring. So you can color it whichever way you want. If you want it to be different colored tissue paper and a different colored bag, you can. I'm going to color my bag in Petunia Pop and then my tissue paper in Pretty in Pink. And then for my handle, I'm just going to use a little bit of crumb cake. All right, so let's go on ahead. Let's do a little bit of coloring. What am I looking with? Dark. Now, when you're working with your Stampin' Blends, what I like to do is try to think of where would my shadows be if the light was hitting it. And they would usually be anywhere where there's kind of corners. And I'm going to just put that in the dark. And then I'm going to use the light to finish filling it in. All right, and then I'm just going to color in probably the tissue paper. Let's see, you know what? Let's do the same thing. Let's go dark along the edge here where it would probably be a little bit darker, little shadowing going on here, just around the edge. And let's do the rest in the light. I always love when I have brand new blends. All my brush tips are perfect and pointed. They're not all frayed at this point. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do is just a little bit of crumb cake for my handle. Okay, all righty. So I am now, let's go ahead and put everything together. So I have pulled out my supplies for card number 3. I'm going to go ahead and move everything, and we're going to put this one off to the side so we can look at it as we're working with it. Okay, so I will tell you, I did notice this when I was typing up my instructions. I made a small mistake on this card, which is called the Shopping Good Idea card. And what I did is I said the measurement was 5.5 by 7. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I reviewed it, but obviously I missed that part. It is actually 4.25 by 7. So you want the width to be 4.25 and the length to be 7. And then what you'll do is you will just score at 5.5 inches to create this little flap here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of designer series paper from the Unbounded Beauty. This piece measures 4 by 5.25, but we're only going to glue at the top. So I don't want to go all the way down. I'm going to go maybe about 1 inch, add my glue, and then I'm just going to set it on top and just center it just like I would as if I was doing a full card front panel. All right, there we go. So that is going to be the front. And then what we're going to do is while we have this open, let's go on ahead and add in our inside piece that we've already stamped and colored. And this is what you can write. You can stamp a sentiment. You can write a little message inside for your recipient. And then what we're going to do is for this, we're going to do a little bit of building before we actually adhere it. And you know what? I think I want to burnish that square line. There we go. All right, so this one, before we get all excited and put our little shopping basket on, there's a few things we need to add inside. So what I like to do to make this work is I like to start with the wheels part. And so these are already die cut, and so we're going to add a little glue. And I'm going to adhere my wheels towards the bottom. Okay. Now, while that is drying and setting up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my sentiment before I forget, because I almost forgot again. All right. So this one's called Shopping is Always a Good Idea. And so again, in Memento Black, I'm going to stamp this up in the upper right corner, and that will leave me some room to add all my elements and add those little cute little gray bubbles like it's coming out of the champagne bottle there. All right, so let's go ahead and finish building this up. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add in with some mini dimensionals. Let's add in all of our elements. I'm going to start with the bottle of wine or champagne. We'll call it champagne in this case because we're going to have bubbles coming out of it. All right. So the key thing to make this work is you want to make sure that all of your elements are just above the top of your wheels, okay? If you go too far, then it will look funny and it won't work right when you go to put your basket on. So we're going to also do the flowers. I'm also going to add this with some mini dimensionals. Have it going the other way on the other side of the basket. Let's angle that right there. And I kind of need to make sure everything kind of stays close together in my basket. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up my plant. And I'm going to put that, all right, you know what? I don't want that last one. Let's not use that one. Don't need that one. All right, let's go ahead and put that in between. All right, so if I did everything correctly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lay my basket right here, and I'm going to figure out kind of where my elements are, where I need to add glue. And so what I'm going to do is it's kind of here in the middle. So I'm going to add just a little bit of glue. If you have your fine tip glue pen, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it. And I'm just going to add touches of glue along these little shopping cart lines. All right, because you can't really use many dimensionals on this one. So instead, we're going to have, to make it look like it's popped up, we're just going to glue it onto our elements. So there you go. All right, then what we're going to do is we have two more steps. We're going to add dimensionals to the back here. And we're going to pop it up on our card front. Okay, so just center it, pop it up, and then let's add a little bit of our bling to it. So this is gonna work. Let's go ahead and just make it look like bubbles. So I'm gonna put a couple of one big gem there, and then I'm gonna put two small ones next to each other. Like the bubbles are getting smaller as it's coming out of the wine bottle. That does not look right. Let's move this one. I don't like that. There we go. Let's kind of offset it just a little bit. How's that? All right. So how is it coming, guys? Let me know. Are we good on the cards? So this one is card number 3. And then we have one last thing, and that's going to be our box. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to kind of clean up my area here. So I have room. I've got little dimensional backings all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and throw those away. Which has been your favorite card so far? I'm going to go ahead and pull them back out for you. I have 2 favorites from this. I'm curious which one's yours. You like the scallop card. Scallop card, okay. You like them all. Okay, cool. I will tell you, the scallop is probably one of my favorites, and then that's probably my second favorite. This one's really cool too. I like it. I like the idea of the gift card holder, but I would say these 2 are my favorites. I don't know. I just like them. The scalloped one. Okay. Joan also agrees. The cake. Oh, okay. The scalloped one. I think this one's a winner. Okay. The cart and the gift card. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So are y'all ready for the last project? We're going to make this really cute little gift box. Okay. You can add some treats into them. You can add a gift card inside if you would like. So I'm going to put these off, move them out of the side so I have plenty of room here. Now this one is called the Thanks Gift Card Box, and these are the measurements. So to do this project, we are going to start with a piece of Petunia Pop cardstock, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5. So you can easily get 2 of these boxes out of 1 sheet of cardstock. Now for this one, you're going to score on the long side. And I'm going to burnish my score lines for you so we can see things a little bit better. Let's see how we're doing on time. Okay, it is 35 after the hour. We are doing amazing. Either that or I'm going too fast, which may be the case. Okay. All right, that's probably a little bit easier to see. So what we're going to do for this one, and it's already been, if you got the pre-cut kit, it was already done for you. So you're going to score at right here, 1 inch, 3 3/4 inches, 4 3/4 inches, and then at 7.5 inches. So that's along the long side. Then you're going to rotate it, and you're going to score at 1 and 4.5 inches. Now what I did is I did take here for the window opening, I took from the Stylish Shapes dies, I cut out about a 2 1/8 opening here so that we could have a window. Now, while I'm thinking about it, before I do any cutting, I'm going to go ahead and add my window piece inside. Now this is just using the window sheet. That way my stuff doesn't fall out, especially if I have tiny little items inside my little treat box. And the window sheet measures 2.5 by 3 1/4. And so I am going to take a little bit of tear and tape again to adhere this. And so I'm just going to go along the top here. Not doing a very good job, but you get the idea. I went too far up. Go along this. And then I'm going to go in between right here, just kind of going around my circle to hold my window sheet down. You can use liquid glue. The only thing is I find liquid glue and with the window sheets just is so squishy that sometimes it actually gets inside my circle and it kind of looks ugly. I don't like it that way. Either that or I'm just really messy, which may be the case, which probably is true. Okay. Okay, let's go on ahead. Let's add our window sheet right here. And we're going to press down. All right, so we have our window sheet right here so we can see what's inside our box without it falling out. Okay, so what we're going to do for this is we're going to take our paper snips and we're going to do a little bit of cutting. Now I'm just going to look at my tutorial here real quick and make sure I cut the correct way. All right, so this is what we're going to do is we're going to add some little snip lines along the side, and then we're going to assemble the top and bottom of our box. Okay, so let's start here on the far left. Just going to cut up the score line. I'm going to miter each of them 2. And I'm only doing the tabs. I'm only mitering the tabs. I don't want to miter the sides of the box. We want those to be kept straight. So just the small tabs. Now, mitering, what mitering does is a lot of times it's really hard to get your box cut perfectly. And so when you miter it, it kind of helps hide some of those edges and helps your project go together better and look more finished. So let's go on ahead. I turned it around and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to miter our little tabs here. Okay, So when we're done, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have our circle, and then we've got these little mitered tabs on each side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to assemble the box. Elizabeth, don't worry about it. I know, girlfriend, I know that I am going probably way too fast, but that's okay. You can always come back, watch the replay, okay? You can start and stop as much as you need to. I know, I do. I have a tendency to go fast. So, all right, a little bit maybe nerves, okay? But +2 during my lives, I'm always trying to stay within a time frame. So I do tend to go a little fast. Okay, there we go. But at least you have the idea of what I'm doing, right? Okay, and I'm sure you're not the only one. Okay, so let's go on ahead. Let's start with the bottom. And what we're going to do is we're going to tuck in the tabs, and we're going to create a box at the bottom, okay? You don't want to do the top part just yet. Let's work with just the bottom to create a little shallow box. Paula says she's more than a little behind. Now, Paula, you play Stampin' Bunko with me, and you know how I am. I know, I am. I go fast. But that's okay. You have your supplies. You have them ready. And you're probably not, I'm sure that you'll be able to catch up pretty easily. Okay. All right. So there is our box. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some pieces of designer series paper. And so what I did is I took some of the pretty patterned, the pink from the Unbounded Beauty pack, and I have 2 of them. Okay. So 2 of them measure, that all measure 7/8, okay, wide. But then 2 of them measure 3 3/8 for the length. And then 2 of them measure 2 5/8 for the length. And so what we're going to do, well, one, we're going to finish putting our box together. How about that? So let's go ahead and work with the lid. So we're going to add a little adhesive onto our tabs here. And we're just going to create the lid of our box. And there you go. All right, so we have the lid. And so what you want to do is you'd want to go on ahead and at this point, go on ahead and insert your treats, your gift card holder, your gift card or whatever it is you want to put inside. Then you're going to close your box. And then we're going to add on our strips. Now we're going to put the long strips in the front and the back. And then we're going to put the shorter strips on the sides of our box front. Or I should say our box lid. All right, let's go ahead. Let's start here. Just going to work my way around. All right, one more. All right, I tell you what, I'm going to let my box kind of just sit here for a minute, let all this glue adhere, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of the Berry Vanilla gingham ribbon, and we're going to tie it off around the girth of the box. Just kind of help keep it all close together, but also to add a really pretty black and white element to it. And I'm going to check your comments while I'm letting this glue dry, giving y'all a moment to catch up if you need to. Okay. Hello, Simone. I saw you popped on. Okay, some of y'all like the gift card holder. Cool. It's always nice to have a gift card holder if you need a last minute gift. you can just pull that, go buy a gift card and stick that in there rather than just giving them a gift card and stuff. Just so much easier to do that. And one of the cool things is really with any card that you have, it's super simple to add a gift card or make a pocket. Just like we did here, you can always add in just a really quick little piece, add a little notch to it, and you can always, I have it on the outside of the card for this particular project, but you can always also put them on the inside. Instant card, whatever card you have in your stash, you can instantly make it into a gift card holder. It's really fast. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to proceed. Okay. You know me, it's probably going to take me a minute to even get my bow tied. So y'all have a few extra minutes to catch up. So I'm going to tie a bow around the girth of my box. There we go. Just kind of move that down. Let's cut off a little bit of the extra there. Okay. Now for this one, I'm just going to add in a couple of elements, and that's going to be our bag and our flowers. And then I have here just a tiny little banner label from the Stylish Shapes dies. And all I need to do is just stamp a little quick thanks on there. Let's go ahead. Let's grab our memento again. And I'm just going to stamp the word thanks. All right, so for this one, I'm going to glue my bag. Just going to put it here along the right at an angle. And then I'm going to pop up my flowers with some dimensionals. You can use regular or mini dimensionals. And I'm going to have it going at an opposite angle next to my bag. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up my sentiment right here, having it go across those two pieces. Now, I don't need dimensionals on all of it. I only need it on the right end. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little dab of glue here on the left end just to hold on to my little flowers here. And then, of course, if you would like, you can add more of your gray pearls if you would like to do that, or you can leave them alone. Now, I did want to go back. Which one did I want to do? I think while y'all are working on that, I'm going to pull back my birthday card, and I'm going to pull back, and I'm not going to do the shopping cart. Now, I was going to use Wink of Stella on the shopping cart for the bottle. I mean, I don't know if I could get that in there right now with all that wiring there from the shopping cart. So instead, I think I'm just going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella onto my birthday candles just to give them a little shimmer. All right. It's cute. It's cute in person. Even if you can't see it on the camera, it's cute in person. All right, guys. All right. Oh, I am so glad. I hope that you have liked this. So I'm going to pull out all 4 of the projects today. So we started off, we made the scallop birthday card. Then we made a gift card holder. Then we made the shopping cart card. And then we also we made this cute little box. All right. All right, guys, I am so happy that you joined me today. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know, one, what is your favorite project? I think the scallop card was probably the favorite. I think that was most people's favorite. But if maybe another one was your favorite, then I would love to hear that as well. And also, too, just to remind you that the Attention Shoppers bundle is on sale, an extra 10% off. And let me know, would you like to do another craft along like this in the future? All right. I do like to keep them kind of simple projects. I will probably change the format on how I do them in the future, just like anything new. You always try something and then you tweak it over time, right? All right. Well, thank you. You're very welcome. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed the projects today. I am going to be live tomorrow at 3 at my regular time, Friday, 3 o'clock Central Time. We're going to be doing another project with the Citrus Blooms bundle. All right. Okay, Wendy says the first is her favorite, but they're all really cute. Well, thank you. That's okay, Lana. It is. I know I went a little fast. So yeah, please, please don't feel like if you were a little bit behind, you don't have them. A craft along, yeah, it's a little hard to kind of go at the same pace as me because I do kind of craft really fast. So, but I'll feel free, come back, watch the replay of the tutorial. Now I will be sending out an email link this evening with the video. So you can have that YouTube video link to be able to come back, do whatever you need to do. If you need to come back, get a screenshot of the instructions, or if you want to buy the PDF tutorial from my PDF store, if you want to have that pretty project PDF to print out, I do have this available in my PDF store. Now, if you're on my team, I know some of you are on my Simply Sweet Stampers team, you do get all my class PDF tutorials for free. So if you need the quarterly code for our team, then just let me know. It's in the same spot on my blog, Simply Sweet Ink Designs, but my team members, they just use a quarterly code to be able to get their PDFs for free. So, all right, but if you do need that code again, if you're on my team and need that code, let me know. All right. All right, guys. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me for this first craft along. I had fun designing the projects. I had fun spending this time with you. And it was kind of fun because I knew that a lot of y'all had your project pieces already prepped so that we could do this together. A lot of times I'm just coming, I'm showing you, and then you're watching. This time it was fun to be able to do them together. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye, guys.